Happy Harvest Day, everybody. Hey, Matt here with Halloween Daily News, and that's right, today, Friday, February 16th, last year's awesome new Halloween horror movie, Dark Harvest, is out, available streaming on Amazon Prime Video. Now, you'll recall the film was initially released in October of last year on premium VOD outlets. It was released on Friday, the 13th of October, 2023, as a matter of fact. And we certainly made a lot of noise about it here. We've been talking about it ever since it was first announced a few years ago. This is, of course, a feature film adaptation of author Norman Partridge's 2006 novel of the same name. It's directed by David Slade, who you might know from films like 30 Days of Night or the Netflix Black Mirror film Bandersnatch. Also Hard Candy, among others. He's an awesome director. So the film was released in October, and not enough noise from the horror community was made about this, I feel like. Again, we here at HDN, we've been screaming about it, how great it is. I've been telling everybody I know that it's personally my favorite movie that I saw in 2023, and it's already one of my all-time favorite Halloween horror movies. I call it a Halloween horror classic. I would already put it up there with the likes of John Carpenter's Halloween and Michael Dougherty's Trick or Treat. It's going to be one of my go-tos for a long time. So with today's arrival on Prime Video, we figured what better occasion to finally publish my full written review. That's up right now at HalloweenDailyNews.com. I'll put a direct link in the description of this video so you can check it out if you want. It is a spoiler-free review. As this will be, so you can read and then watch the movie. And then after you watch the movie, you're definitely going to want to take some time to kick back and enjoy my exclusive interview with Dustin Sighthammer. He plays Sawtooth Jack in the film, and you'll learn all about Sawtooth when you watch Dark Harvest. You're going to want to watch it first, like I said, then watch that very extended, very candid, very fun interview that I had with Dustin just a few weeks ago, as a matter of fact. He's awesome. He's also appeared in a few other movies you might know about. So check that out when you get a chance. I'll also put a link to that interview in the description of this video as well, and an affiliate link to Dark Harvest on Prime where you can watch it, because I urge you to watch it. Now again, I'm going to paraphrase just a little bit of my written review here in this video component for you guys, because again, I don't think the horror community, the Halloween community, is really talking about this movie enough. And there were some really great Halloween set movies released in 2023. As you guys know, I loved Cobweb. I loved Totally Killer, also streaming on Prime right now. I love Natty Knox. We've talked about that a lot. So some really great Halloween movies released in 2023. But this one, Dark Harvest, there's just something about it. It hit on every single level for me, everything I was hoping for. Now, the film takes place in 1963, so there's very much that early 60s kind of Americana vibe, and it is in an unnamed town in the Midwest surrounded by corn stalks. And this town has some very interesting and unique traditions and its own mythology, all built around Halloween. And I am telling you guys, I don't really know of another movie in recent memory that has interwoven Halloween itself so completely and effectively into the fabric of its story. Halloween is baked into the plot of this story, as with the novel. And now the movie, from a script by Michael Gillio, doesn't follow the exact story of the novel. It wisely kind of takes the novel as inspiration, uses its mythology that it sets up, and does tell a slightly different story of its own, set in Partridge's universe, which I think is probably a wise choice. Now, part of the traditions of this unnamed town is that every year on October 31st, Sawtooth Jack, a creature, rises out of the cornfields and kind of instinctively starts making its way toward the town church, which itself is perched atop of this just mountainous flowing sea of jack-o'-lanterns. And speaking of jack-o'-lanterns, by the way, in the Halloween atmosphere, the Hallosphere of it all, let me tell you, Dark Harvest takes first place in the most jack-o'-lanterns featured in a single feature film. I am telling you, I can't think of another movie where there's this many pumpkins seen. And again, when we interviewed Dustin, he said that they were all practical, actual pumpkins, no CGI pumpkins added. So you guys tell me what you think. But the Halosphere is there again, early '60s Halosphere, so it's very much before kind of the commercialization of Halloween. Certainly, all the licenses, the superheroes, all that type stuff, that's not present. The costumes and the decor is all very early '60s, which again, very retro Halloween, and everybody in this town is decorated and ready for Halloween because this town's whole existence, this town's whole livelihood, their economy is built around Halloween and the harvest. And as such, part of this tradition, this sawtooth jack creature, this pumpkin headed scarecrow like creature, rises from the cornfields every year. And it's a story that parents tell their kids, and the kids don't quite believe it when they're young, but then they hit a certain age, around 16, and it becomes very real because that is the year in this town where young boys are locked in their bedrooms and given nothing but water for 2 days before October 31st. And then they are let out to go trick or treating in a way. They call it the run. They are let out to go on this run, which is a hunt. Each young boy, each teenage boy in the town competing to be the one essentially to take out Sawtooth Jack before Sawtooth reaches the town's church. Because if he reaches the church, everybody in the town believes that it will ruin the year's coming crops. Because again, this is on the eve of a new harvest. And they tell the story at one point of one year when Sawtooth did make it to the church, and the town failed to stop him, and it resulted in this horrible dust storm that wiped out that year's crops. So this is very much built into the town's mythology all around Halloween, and it is presented in a way so effectively by director David Slade, and again, the script by Michael Gilio, using Partridge's source material. It really hits on a lot of levels. The film, I mean, it is talking about themes of coming of age, of teen angst and misplaced masculinity in some places, early Americana ideas of what coming of age and what being a man in middle America might have meant then, and as opposed to what it might mean now. There's also some romance in here. As our main character, Richie, played brilliantly by Casey Lights. I think this guy has a huge future ahead of him. I thought he just completely knocked it out of the park as Richie Shepherd. He's just very likable and kind of along for the ride as soon as I met him. The same can be said for the character of Kelly, played by Maury Crutchfield. She doesn't get nearly as much screen time, but the character is immediately very likable. Crutchfield does a great job portraying her. Both of these are like standout roles for these two young actors that I think are going to get them a lot of work, and we're going to see a lot from them moving forward in the future. I'm certainly looking forward to seeing what they do next. But they are great as Richie and Kelly. They have kind of this real quick, abbreviated, almost star-crossed romance. She's the new girl in town with a sketchy reputation already. And of course, there are underlying hints of racism, certainly, and sexism as well in there. All just very underlying underneath the surface, but it's early '60s middle America, and Kelly is black in a pretty much all white town, and she's the new girl in there. But there is that aspect, and this romance, while it's somewhat understated in this film, it is really what ignites kind of this fire in the two of them to say, yeah, we're going to do the run. And Richie's not supposed to do the run because his big brother won it the year before, and so he's exempt, but he wants to do it. And Kelly also, even though girls aren't allowed to do it, she wants to do it. So they kind of hatch this plot that they're going to run together, win the run, and then literally run away out of this dead end town as they see it together. So there's your essential kind of plot built, like I said, right around Halloween in the days leading up to and culminating on October 31st. The halosphere is thick in every frame. The frames themselves are beautifully composed. The lighting and everything, like I said, I mean, you can see these jack-o'-lantern faces. And Sawtooth Jack, again, it's not a spoiler to say that this creature is amazing. It's as far as the look and the overall vibe that you horror fans and Halloween horror fans specifically might get. Yes, it might bring to mind a bit of Pumpkinhead, maybe a bit of an unmasked Sam from Trick or Treat in a way, but this is a wholly original character, and Dustin's performance bringing it to life is just awesome. And the way, again, that it's all shot, the cinematography of it all, just beautiful. Um, Again, I can't say enough. This movie hit me on every level. I thought the acting was great, the directing, the cinematography, and but most of all, this story. This story that has a lot to chew on and a lot to think about, and it's all built around Halloween, which is just such a beautiful and awesome idea, and it's one of the most original things, incorporating the Halloween holiday, the harvest traditions, and all of this in a way that we haven't seen before. I mean, the run is sponsored by the Harvest Guild. You know, I mean, just everything like that. So, I mean, on one hand, it works just as this kind of slice of America, period piece thriller, and then it delivers the goods as just a creature feature horror genre masterpiece, if you ask me. I love this movie. I watched it twice back in October, and I'm going to be watching it again. I can't wait to watch it again, actually, now that it's streaming on Prime Video. Probably tonight, definitely this weekend, a couple times. I'm going to be rewatching it a lot. That's how much I love it. But now I'm going to turn it over to you guys. Check out the movie. Read my full review if you want to hear more of my praise for it. Definitely watch my exclusive conversation with Dustin Sighthammer about playing Sawtooth Jack in Dark Harvest. And then, by all means, let me hear your thoughts on Dark Harvest in the comments below. Did you love it as much as me? Maybe not. Either way, I want to hear what you think about this new Halloween horror movie. If it's going to be part of your annual October rotation, or maybe your February rotation if you're like me. Any time of the year is going to be a good time for this one, I think. But certainly it'll be regular viewing for me every year, every fall, I'm sure. Every harvest season. So give me your thoughts down in the comments below. If you enjoyed what you saw here, hit this video with a like. And if you wouldn't mind and you haven't already, make sure you subscribe so you don't miss any of our ongoing coverage of amazing Halloween movies like Dark Harvest and everything else we've got coming your way right here on the HDN YouTube channel. Until then, I'm Matt Arts for Halloween Daily News. Thank you for watching. Hey everybody, I want to remind you that we have official merch. That's right, now available in the HDN Spring Store. You can show your love for Halloween every day, all year round, with official Halloween Daily News t-shirts. Many different designs are available, many different styles, colors, all sizes, including the original HDN Classic, our special Triple M Crew design for the Michael Myers Monday regulars out there, and our brand new What Would John Carpenter Do design. All of these are available, like I said, multiple sizes, colors, and styles on t-shirts. And that's not all. We've got other merch available like mugs and stickers and lots of other cool stuff. Check it out now at the merch link in the description of this video.